The MCU has seen a significant shift since Black Widow's demise in Avengers Endgame, but there remain numerous characters capable of carrying on her legacy. Scarlett Johansson introduced us to the character in Iron Man 2, and she became a mainstay in the MCU, featuring as Natasha Romanoff in 8 different instances, including iconic films like The Avengers, Captain America Civil War, and Avengers Infinity War. Despite her long tenure in the MCU, her solo film, Black Widow, only arrived in 2020 after her character's tragic fate. Black Widow's solo movie shed light on her family and her life before joining the Avengers, reinforcing her enduring impact on this cinematic universe. Her legacy lives on through friends, family, and those who share her experiences. Although Natasha may no longer be a part of MCU's future, several heroes and villains will keep her spirit alive.
Picking up after you, boys.
Here are 10 characters set to carry on Black Widow's legacy in the MCU. Yelena, introduced in Black Widow, shares the deepest bond with Natasha, having been not only sisters but also trained together and subjected to the harrowing Widow program. Both share a past of performing terrible acts under Dracov's orders and are on path to redemption and honoring Natasha's selfless heroism. Clint Barton, having a long history with Natasha that was never fully explored, continues to feel the weight of her sacrifice. Their dynamic partnership and deep friendship left a void, with Clint trying to live up to Natasha's legacy. Kate Bishop, a new character in the MCU, may not have met Black Widow, but her connections with Hawkeye and Yelena tie her emotionally to Natasha. As Clint Barton's protege, she inherits many of the skills and values Natasha embodied, and her interactions with Yelena provide insight into Natasha's character. Although Ghost and Black Widow never crossed paths, they share similar backgrounds. Ghost's powers emerged from a quantum accident that took her parents but granted her unique abilities. She, like Natasha, had been manipulated by powerful agencies and now has the opportunity to do good as part of the Thunderbolts. They may not have met, but they share a sense of kinship and independence. While all these characters have the potential to carry on Black Widow's legacy, it's undeniable that there's a desire for Black Widow Part 2. Here's how that could happen. For a long time, Black Widow's activities between Iron Man 2 and the Avengers remained shrouded in mystery. Unlike other major MCU heroes, fans were privy to the adventures of Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, but Natasha's whereabouts during that interim period were a well-guarded secret. However, recent revelations in a canonical MCU tie-in comic have finally shed light on what Black Widow was up to. She was engaged in a battle against none other than Shang-Chi's father. In Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, it's disclosed that Shang-Chi's father, Zhu Wenwu, led the Ten Rings, an international crime syndicate with significant global influence, somewhat akin to Hydra. Wenwu occupied the pinnacle of this criminal organization's hierarchy thanks to his prolonged lifespan attributed to the mysterious Ten Rings. Considering Wenwu's far-reaching criminal empire, which spanned generations due to his connection to the Ten Rings, it's entirely plausible that Black Widow was assigned a mission by S.H.I.E.L.D. to investigate and disrupt this organization's power structure. After all, the Ten Rings had previously kidnapped Tony Stark in the original Iron Man movie, which undoubtedly placed them on S.H.I.E.L.D.'s radar during that period. Now, the comic reveals the intriguing details of Black Widow's confrontation with Shang-Chi's father. Indeed, in a lesser-known chapter of Black Widow's story, she thwarted a nefarious plot by the Ten Rings before the Avengers assembled. In the comic series, The Avengers Prelude, Black Widow Strikes, Natasha Romanoff embarks on a mission to uncover crucial information about arms dealings in Russia. To her surprise, she discovers that the illegal arms being trafficked were components of Tony Stark's Jericho missile alongside the software needed to operate it, as seen in the first Iron Man film. Although these parts were initially pilfered by Justin Hammer and then stolen, the layout of the missile remained intact. This meant that whoever acquired this shipment could potentially destabilize the world on a global scale. The recipient of these components? None other than the Ten Rings. What makes this revelation intriguing is that Ten Rings' persistence in acquiring the Jericho missile, despite the existence of Iron Man technology replicated by Justin Hammer with the help of Ivan Vanko. The Ten Rings, under the leadership of Wenwu, remained fixated on the missile, planning a catastrophic attack on North Korea. Wenwu's grand scheme aimed at disrupting the entire globe, surpassing the ambitions of ordinary supervillain. With his formidable Ten Rings and the destructive power of Jericho, Wenwu posed a significant threat to humanity. Thanks to Black Widow's intervention, he was thwarted, preventing a potential World War III scenario before the likes of Loki or Thanos even emerged as threats to Earth. Although Natasha didn't directly confront Wenwu, her efforts against his global organization showcase a hidden chapter of her heroism, revealing an untold story of her battles against Shang-Chi's father between the events of Iron Man 2 and the Avengers, a narrative that, until the release of this comics miniseries, remained unknown to MCU fans. Black Widow's conclusion has left the door wide open for the possibility of continuing the Black Widow story. The MCU now boasts several characters who have adopted the Black Widow codename at one point or another. Notably, the concept of Rachel Weisz's Milena and David Harbour's Alexei leading a reformed group of widows in the pursuit of justice is a captivating one, especially when you factor in the enigmatic Taskmaster. Furthermore, Yelena's future in the MCU is already in motion, with her role in the Hawkeye series and the intriguing setup involving Julia Louis-Dreyfus's mysterious Contessa and her recruitment efforts. This array of characters provides ample room for the Black Widow legacy to evolve and continue within the MCU. Director Cate Shortland expressed optimism about the possibility of a Black Widow 2, hinting at the potential for the story to follow a different character. However, Scarlett Johansson, the actress behind Black Widow, seems content with her exit from the MCU, preferring to leave the character on a high note. Despite the ever-unpredictable nature of Marvel Studios, it would be a significant missed opportunity not to expand on Black Widow's legacy, especially considering the groundwork laid in her standalone movie. While the introduction of time travel and variants in Loki could technically bring Scarlett Johansson back, she seems inclined to move on. In her own words to Total Film, leaving while on top and feeling good about the character's journey holds great significance for her. While this doesn't entirely rule out the possibility of her return, resurrecting Natasha after a poignant sacrifice in Endgame might undermine the emotional depth of that moment. However, the Black Widow legacy lives on through Florence Pugh's Yelena, who is poised to take on the mantle of the new Black Widow. With the MCU's penchant for passing the torch to new characters, Yelena's story could provide a compelling continuation of the Black Widow legacy, ensuring that the character's impact endures in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has undergone a significant transformation since the loss of Black Widow in Avengers Endgame, Scarlett Johansson's portrayal of Natasha Romanoff in Iron Man 2, and subsequent appearances in iconic films like The Avengers, Captain America Civil War, and Avengers Infinity War left an indelible mark. Despite her long tenure, it wasn't until 2020 that she received her own solo film, Black Widow, shedding light on her past and family. As Natasha's journey seemingly ends, a new chapter begins with characters ready to carry on her legacy. Yelena, Clint Barton, Kate Bishop, and Ghost, among others, each bring unique qualities to this ongoing story. However, the desire for a Black Widow 2 remains, although Scarlett Johansson appears content with her exit. The revelation of Black Widow's past mission against Shang-Chi's father in the MCU comic series shows a hidden chapter of her heroism and offers a glimpse of what her character was up to between Iron Man 2 and the Avengers. The Black Widow legacy continues, and though Scarlett Johansson's return is uncertain, new characters like Yelena are ready to take up the mantle. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you for tuning in and exploring the intricate legacy of Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with us. Stay tuned for our next installment, where we delve into more exciting Marvel stories and beyond. We value your input, so don't hesitate to share your suggestion for future videos in the comment section below. Until next time.